How's everybody doing? Wanted to do an update on some stock news, specifically AMC and GameStop. So AMC is a movie theater chain. GameStop is a retail business in its sense when it comes to buying and selling video game consoles, that type of stuff. More of a brick and mortar type store. So there's been a lot of news going on about this, specifically yesterday when it came to buying and selling of the stock. So what has been going on with it? There's not really that much that's been going on with the stock. So this is just my opinion. I want to talk about basically the concept of pump and dump. No, this is not a rated R video. We're not talking about some subliminal messages type shit. We are talking about the stock term of pump and dump. So basically, what pump and dump is it has to do a lot with like short selling. So that is pretty much what we are seeing with AMC and GameStop. There are some other stocks too that we consider penny stocks or over-the-counter trading stocks, paper stocks, that type of stuff that is happening. So, of course, a couple days ago, basically looking through TikTok, and now like TikTok is going crazy with people that are making money and also losing money with it. And there's really nothing that has hyped up these stocks except people that are just posting some stuff online. Basically, to get to the chase of everything, is AMC and GameStop have both filed for bankruptcy. They basically are bankrupt. Movie theater chains are having to reinvent themselves because of COVID. AMC has lost billions of dollars. So they're basically chains that are closing. Same with GameStop. If you live in a city that has a mall, or if you've been in the mall, you've seen the stores. There's a whole bunch of picketers in my city that are showing, store closing, 60% off, 70% off, because they're not making any money, because everything has gone digital, everything has gone online. If you haven't heard, Amazon. So everything's being bought and sold through Amazon, which is a really good buy, by the way. They're reporting their earnings, I think, next week. But anyways, that's a side note. So there's nothing going on with these companies. They are closing. Their stocks have tanked. It's ridiculous. So what has happened is, I don't want to say fake news, but the stocks have been pumped up. Hint the term pump and dump. There is just a lot of really no concrete stuff behind it that has pumped these stocks up. So what happened is apps like Robinhood and some other buying and selling apps for stocks that are commission free, people that are millennials or younger basically have bought these stocks at super low levels, which is good if there's backbone to these businesses. So what has happened is these companies have gone up 100% in a day, 200% in a day. And then comes yesterday, which was I don't want to say that it was like random, but if you buy and sell into stocks and if you know the market, it's a pump and dump. And it dumped yesterday. I think GameStop got rid of like half of its money. And AMC, the same thing. I think it was more than that. And everybody was freaking out. Oh my God, like, what the hell? The market's rigged and all that crap. No, that's not it. People hype it up. Big hedge funds that, trade these things too. They're not stupid. They get on the same train. They watch TikTok also. So they got on the train. They put millions of dollars in there. And then when it hit, like GameStop, when it hit that 400 mark and everything, and then you start this crazy crash, yeah, it's them collecting money, or it's anybody that was involved with the stock collecting money. Pump and dump. And yesterday we saw a big freaking dump. Same thing with AMC. So the backstory to that, though, is like Robinhood. So what was happening yesterday, and I'm not going to say that it wasn't shady, because there's some shady things that are happening, and the federal government's going to get involved, and all of us that have Robinhood or other type of trading apps and everything, yeah, it's going to suck, because we are going to suffer, because things are going to start clamping down more than they are now already. So what Robinhood did is they put a halt to all buying orders. But the shady thing about it, though, there's nothing wrong with that. They're protecting the consumer. They're protecting us because there were all kinds of red flags showing that this thing was going to dump any moment because there was no big news behind the rise. It was just people on like a runaway train type thing. So they were protecting us, protecting our money, but protecting themselves because of what has happened today, which is Friday, and the lawsuits that have gone against Robinhood. But to backtrack to yesterday, the thing that's shady, though, is they left the selling gates open. So all these people that were able to freaking, buy at the really lows in the $10 and $20 range and took it all the way up to the top, they were able to let them sell all their shares, make all kinds of money, whether they put in $1 million or they put in a couple $100. All these people were making money. But what sucks, though, is if you didn't put in your alerts or you didn't put in your stop orders, and if you just didn't freaking sell the bank, people lost a crap load of money yesterday. And the same thing happened with AMC. AMC was the same situation. The selling orders were still active, but you couldn't buy. So all these, once it drops, you couldn't buy anymore. And even when it was just free falling, you couldn't buy. And at the very low, you couldn't buy. But what was crazy is all of a sudden, once it hit the lows, you were still seeing 50 million to 60 million volume orders that were buy orders. So how the hell did people be able to buy when most people, basically their buy orders were disabled? So that's the shady stuff. That's why we're seeing lawsuits today. Now, do I think the lawsuits are going to stand? No, I really don't think they're going to stand, and I could be wrong. But the reason that Robinhood or Ameritrade or Fidelity and places like that, because I went through my Fidelity app, and I was able to still buy if I wanted to, but there was huge warnings that at least I received as caution. That's their way to protect themselves from lawsuits like this. So the reason they put in the stop on the buy orders is because they don't want you to lose money. They don't want you to turn around and sue them, which is what's happening today. That's why I don't think it's really going to last with these lawsuits. But the shady shit is the sell orders that were still open. And then all the buy orders that came in afterwards is how the hell were they able to let other people buy when mostly everybody's buy orders were closed? The other thing that's really been involved with the government in the last couple of days, which really sucks, is the fact that all these hedge fund people, the people that make way more money than all of us, the people that are billionaires, the people that have hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, they don't like that we are making money short selling these stocks. So that's the other thing that comes with pumping and dump is the short sellers. So basically they put in little markers, and once it hits something, they cash out and boom, it drops. And then they immediately have a buy order in, and once it hits a certain level, they boom, buy back in. So you see the market do this a lot. Which is not good in itself. But they don't like that we're making money. So they're thinking that there's insider trading going on. They're thinking that there is collusion going on to where these big hedge funds are basically owning Robinhood and all these apps. They don't like that. So they're the ones that are telling them to how to manage the app and how to manage their buying and buying power in itself, which screws us over because it just shows, again, that the small people like us that aren't in that top 1%, they just don't like when we make money, which really sucks. So, again, this is kind of like a little venting sesh right now, but I just want to let you know that, in my opinion, please do not buy AMC or GameStop. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. Because definitely, let me be truthful with you, I have a lot of alerts on these stocks. And I'm definitely watching it. And I might get into it. But just common sense, I recommend to not get into these stocks because they all have filed for bankruptcy. They all are going bankrupt. And it's not a booming business. If there was some magical things behind it, and if there was some things that were pushing these stocks that I believed in, and if there were going to be a rebound, then absolutely buy it for the long term or hold it for a medium range. But right now, it is a pump and dump. So, yeah, if GameStop gets back under maybe $50 a share, and if AMC goes below, I don't know, $6 or so, I might put some calls in and buy back in, and then pump and dump that shit, and then sell high, and then cash out, and everybody else gets screwed again. But just be careful. That's the main thing. Be careful. Yeah. So I'm really interested to see what's going to happen, because we are going to see, I really hate to say this, but I think we're going to see a huge issue with commission-free stock trading, which I believe in time is going to end up being commission-based, and just the crackdown, which really sucks, because, little people like us trying to make a little profit or a big profit aren't going to be able to do that anymore. So hopefully whoever watched this video, I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something. Research pump and dump stock or research short selling stocks. It's actually really interesting. There are people that make their lives and their fortune on short selling. Not to say that it's never going to work, but it's hard, and you have to be really strategic. So hopefully you all have a great day. Keep buying and trading stocks. And yeah, that's it. So y'all enjoy.